Welcome to Prestige Worldwide, the podcast, a weekly battle of wits, debating everything from horseshoes to hand grenades, all for the privilege to be called right. And now, your hosts, Bobo and Travis.
Hey guys, welcome to Prestige Worldwide, the podcast. I'm Travis. With me as always is Bobo.
Heyo!
How's it going, buddy?
Living the fucking dream. You like my enthusiasm?
I do like your enthusiasm.
Enthusiasm, motherfuckers. Enthusiasm.
That's awesome and not at all fake. So
It's not fake. I'm fucking pumped.
yeah, except that's not how you answer the phone tonight when we started working on this.
I was saving it. I have a limited amount of energy, motherfucker. I'm doing a new workout routine. It's got me drained, all right?
Yeah, we're gonna get to that a little bit, I think. But let's save that. Let's save that. But I think we should start off with Fantasy Movie League, as we always do.
Yeah. Oh, God.
And I'm not just saying that because you're middle of the road. And I'm not just saying that because I was damn close to winning this week. But congrats.
So listen.
Yeah?
We don't have a voicemail this week.
We do not.
But I want to talk about why we don't have a voicemail.
Okay.
Typically, the winner has been calling in.
Right.
Every week as like the obligatory, I won the league this week or whatever. So Derp the Derp, who won this week, texted me and says, why should I bother calling in? Even though like people are winning every week, people are winning by like $1 million out of 120 million. Who the fuck cares?
What do you mean, who the fuck cares?
Well, that's what I said. I said, you should care. You fucking won. And also, Derp Derp, you were one movie away from Perfect Cineplex again.
Oh, really?
He was one movie away.
I don't ever get to see the Perfect Cineplex. And for those who don't really understand what we're talking about or don't understand the game, I urge you to go to fantasymovieleague.com. And at least if you don't want to join our movie league, I don't understand that. But if you don't, that's fine. You can at least kind of see what we're talking about when we talk about this every week.
Yeah, so what it is fantasymovieleague.com. It's basically fantasy football, but for meemaws that like movies and for us, basically. That's it. So every week they have like Cineplexes and they give $1 value to each movie that's playing. You have to try to fill up your digital Cineplex with movies that will make the most money every week. And we compete as a group here in Prestige Worldwide. It's a lot of fun and you should join us. And the way you join us is you go to fantasymovieleague.com, you search for Prestige Worldwide, the podcast, and the password to get in the league is Travis Bobo, all one word, all lowercase.
Yes. But anyway.
That's how you join.
But so I don't understand Derp's gripe here. That he's kicking ass or he's not kicking ass. Or like
that's what I said. I was like, you should call in. You fucking won. He's like, yeah, I don't see the point because I'm barely. Even when you win, like everyone's so close, it doesn't matter. Which is also great for me because even though I got 5th place this week, I moved up 2 spots in the overall rankings. So I'm happy with my performance.
Right. And listen, I mean, it's not that close. I mean, number 8, 8th place Frank came. He's $12 million behind.
Yeah, 8th and 9th place kind of fell off the cliff there.
I wonder if Tim didn't even play because since he left one open, but I don't know. But anyways, Derp won. Congratulations, even if you don't fucking want it. I came in second, which kind of solidifies Derp's gripe here. Since if I can come in second, then anybody can.
Right, exactly.
But I tried this week, so there's that. Family Fun Time came in 3rd. Big Red, you're slipping here, buddy. You're coming in 4th. And Andrice Blows Goats, which is Bobo, came in 5th. Andrice, not a character in Wayne's World, is 6th.
I'm gonna figure out who this motherfucker is.
I don't
The fact that he knew my name was from Wayne's World means he's got to be at least our age, because that's a deep pool.
Wait, your name is from Wayne's World?
Yes.
I never knew that.
So, what happens is we'll talk about it in a second.
Okay. Andy came in 7th, Frank came in 8th, and Tim came in 9th, and Big E doesn't matter because he doesn't like.
Big E, get back on board. Fucking, I know your season's over. Get the fuck back on track. Listen. So, my name is from Wayne's World. It's when they get bought by Noah's Arcade.
Uh-huh.
And he has the cards. He's reading from the cards. He writes that on the back of one of the cards that says, "This man blows goats, I have proof," when he's interviewing the owner of Noah's Arcade. That gets him fired.
Oh, I got
It's a very deep pull. The fact that Andres got that means he's got to be a Wayne's World fan.
Yeah, because I didn't know anything about that.
Right, and you've seen Wayne's World. So I'm going to figure it out.
Okay.
Andres keeps giving me a little breadcrumb to figure it out. So I'm going to change my name again this week and see if I'm going to piece it together.
I hope you don't. I hope Andres keeps this up and just keeps you twisting the wind.
Andres dies in the fucking gutter alone.
Oh, God. Well, then how would we ever find out?
Listen, if I don't find out, I'm okay as long as he's dead.
The next like drunk episode we do, and we've got an idea for one coming up.
We do.
I'm gonna just put this out there. If you and I know Andres personally, I'm just gonna say I'll let our listeners know the date and the time that we are planning on recording it, and you can just show up to my house.
The big reveal.
The big reveal. If you choose to do that, that would be great. If not, if you still want to stay anonymous, that's fine. But we'll put that out there, and then you can do the drunk episode with us.
Fuck you, Andres.
Anyways, the overall standings, is Big Red is in first place. I'm gonna say barely. He's one good slip up away from losing first place. Derp to Derp's in second place. Bobo's in third, quickly fading. Family Fun Time's in fourth. Andy's in fifth. Andres is in sixth. Frank's in seventh. Tim's in eighth. And no one could possibly beat me for last place this year or this season because I am there and I have it solidified.
Big E's giving you a run for your money.
Well, I mean, Big E doesn't count because he doesn't play. But there is no way. I don't. How many weeks do we have left? We have 3 more weeks
for this season. And then we can start a new season.
Yeah.
So if you want to hop on board, there's no better time to get some practice in this season, and then you can be at full steam for next season. And I told people, if we double our number of people playing in the league, I'm getting us a fucking trophy. So please sign up if you're interested at all. We're going to have a fucking great time.
I'm going to say this. I don't even think if Tim, who's in front of me, if he should just take off the rest of the season, I still don't think I would move up to 8th place.
Yeah, you're not winning that trophy.
No, I'm not winning the trophy. I'm saying there's no way I can get out of second. There's no way anybody else could fall into last place.
No.
Yeah, I just don't see it happening. But who knows?
I encouraged him to try.
I would be curious as to see what if it's actually
that Disney onesie wearing motherfucker.
I wish it was, I want to see if it's possible, but I don't know that it is. But anyways, Big Red, Derp to Derp, you guys gotta step up your game. Family Fun Time, looking at you, buddy. We just gotta make sure Bobo doesn't finish in the top 3.
I'm gonna win. I am climbing back up. I got a few weeks left, and this week will determine the whole season. This week in the Fantasy Movie League.
This is it?
This is a huge week. If you haven't looked at what you might want to play tonight, Travis, so you don't forget. But this week is huge.
Okay.
Because there's big decisions to be made.
Oh, okay.
Because basically you can pick Avengers or you can pick Pokemon.
I'll do both.
You cannot do both.
Oh, you cannot do both. You can't possibly do both.
You cannot possibly do both. That's what I'm saying. This is a big week.
Wow.
Right. I'm pretty excited for it.
That's fine. That's great. I mean, listen, it doesn't matter. It's not going to get me out of last place. So, I'm still going to try and play, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Okay.
But yes, so tune in next week and we'll update you on the fantasy movie league. Okay. All right, we want to move on. We had the last 2 weeks I had the pleasure of talking with Mr. Dennis Jaggard of 10-Foot Pole and of front of house mixing fame, and so we've been kind of not lax, but we haven't had the opportunity to just kind of bullshit and update you kind of what's going on. I like to mix in what's going on in our lives along with, whatever our topics are. Although it's been well over, what is it, 2 months now that we haven't actually done a real topic?
It's been a while.
We still plan on getting to Bobo's topic.
Which I'm very excited about, by the way.
Sure. I kind of even forget what it's all about. I kind of remember, but anyways, we probably will get there. Maybe even next week. We'll see. Because I don't see us getting to it this week. But anyways, we missed talking about we had a holiday in between the last couple episodes, and that would be Easter. How was your Easter, Bobo?
I didn't do shit.
Now, when you say you didn't do shit, what does that entail?
I sat at home all day.
You didn't
play video games.
You didn't go to like family's house at all?
Did I go to my mother's house for dinner? I don't remember. If I did, it was only for a very brief period of time.
I believe you were supposed to, because I believe Uncle Hare was supposed to go to your mother's house.
Oh, I might have. It was probably uneventful, though.
You don't. Wow. Okay. Well, thanks for being helpful.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to think about it. I don't know. This shit runs together.
I don't understand how you forget, because these holidays that land on Sundays are the bane of my existence.
Why?
Because I don't like doing anything on Sundays.
That's true. You don't. You actually hate it.
Literally, my Sundays are a day of rest. And it's funny because Mandy didn't used to be this way. But now, and she just made a comment the other night, she kind of hates that she looks forward to not doing anything on Sundays. And so much so that, we just don't, we very rarely do anything on Sundays. We sit around, we binge watch TV, get a bunch of shitty food, and prepare for what's coming up next week.
Prepare to hate your life. Right,
yeah,
got it.
Basically. Yeah. So,
yep. Okay.
So Easter obviously happens on a Sunday, and these ones are the worst for me because we have two places to go. We have to go to my parents and we have to go to her parents. And I it's just an all day affair. And Sunday's just ruined for you, at least for me. And so, but we made plans to go over to my parents' house for kind of a Easter brunch. And then we were heading over to Mandy's house for a Easter dinner, kind of early supper.
I fucking hate that word, by the way.
What?
Supper.
Supper? Why?
That word pisses me off.
Really?
Yes, I do not like that word.
So it's dinner for you, and that's
dinner.
It. Dinner. There is,
and I'm aware in the Old English, it's basically was breakfast, dinner, supper. I get that. Supper's a stupid word.
Okay.
I just wanted to say that. You can keep talking. Continue.
I'm blown away. You find new and inventive ways to get pissed off about shit.
That's not new. That's an old way. I've hated it for a long time.
Okay, that's fine, but nobody. I don't know anybody out there that has a strong opinion about supper. And in fact, should we make that the poll for the week?
Okay.
Do you hate the word supper? So that will be. That's gonna.
I'm so proud of myself right now.
Are you?
Yeah.
I like, of all the things in the world that could piss you off, you picked the word supper?
I picked the word supper.
And the thing about it is, you could potentially run into that word very often in your life. So
yes.
it's going to continually piss you off. Whereas if you picked something like, I don't know, starvation in Africa, well, when are you going to really be confronted with starvation in Africa? I mean, come on, like, that's going to come up once in a while, but supper happens every night. But anyways,
okay.
I guess I digress. So I went over to my parents for Easter brunch. Do you have a problem with brunch, by the way?
No, brunch is a great word.
Brunch is fine. Okay.
I like the word. I like to eat it. Cool. Brunch.
Brunch. Ooh, it's great. Yeah, and I was there, and my uncle was there, and his wife, my aunt, and also and my cousin was there, and this is his second marriage, and this happened, when I was kind of older. So, like, I don't know if there's anybody in your family like this, Bobo, but I kind of have a hard time referring to his wife as my aunt and their child as my cousin, because I
have a stepdad, but my mother did not get remarried until I was 30. Well, no, it's not 30. Sorry, 24.
Okay.
So, do you refer to him as a stepdad? I don't know what the term is for that.
It's kind of hard to. It feels like now that you're kind of moving your way through life, it's kind of hard to start making that new connection. Like,
that's my point. So I know exactly what you're talking about.
Okay. Okay. So you get it. So anyway, so my uncle and his family are there and whatever. We have breakfast and it was great and, whatever. And, and his I'll just refer, my cousin, he is a cello player. He's like 16 years old, I believe. And he's a cellist. And from what I understand, a pretty good cellist. And his mom's, after breakfast, said to him, "Hey, why don't you play for the family?" So, I first off, that makes me very uncomfortable. To have somebody like sitting there in front of you playing music, like for like 5 of us. And
okay,
I don't know why it just makes me uncomfortable, but it makes me wildly uncomfortable.
It's like a private recital, man. You should be so lucky.
That's probably the way I should look at it. It just doesn't happen to be the way that I look at it. But so I was I was in the dining room with my dad and Mandy, and they kind of moved off into the living room, which is right next door. So, and we're like sitting there. And he starts playing a song, and legitimately he is really good. I don't know much about cellist, and to really identify if he was making any mistakes, but I know he's getting into a summer program for cello. Like I think. Am I
allowed to tell the listeners what happened next?
No, not yet.
Okay.
So I think he is a pretty good cellist, and I'll move into what Bobo was talking to. So after the first song, everybody's like, "Oh, that was good," and like, what? Well, first off, what the fuck do you do after he stops playing? Like, there's 5 of us. Are we supposed to clap?
Yeah, you clap.
I feel like that's weird.
It is, but you still do it.
Okay, that's fine. I didn't after the first song because I didn't think there was going to be a second.
Oh.
So I'm sitting still at the dining room table, and he starts playing another song, and I turned to Mandy. I was like, "I guess we're supposed to go into the living room." And so we get up and we go in and we sit down on the couch in the living room, and he plays like a couple more songs, but also while he's playing, his mom was filming because I guess he has to send some pieces into like this summer camp that he got into. And so his mom's filming that. Then his dad starts filming, but he starts doing Facebook Live. And then he turns the camera all around the room to get all of us. And I guess I wasn't aware of this, but Facebook's algorithm is if you're friends with him and it spots you, it tags you. So the reason what Bobo was going to bring up is all of my Facebook friends got alerted that I was doing a live video.
We sure as shit did.
Which I have a kind of a problem with. Like,
oh, do you? Do you have a problem with it?
I do. I have a problem with just being automatically tagged. Like,
okay.
Like, this is not, it's not that I'm embarrassed by this video at all. And in fact, what I believe you were about to say, Bobo, was he is a pretty good cellist.
Yes, I saw the video.
Right.
So.
And like, I'm not embarrassed by it, but however, I don't want to bother my friends with, listen, my Easter Sunday is being intruded enough by having to sit here and watch it. I don't want to intrude on my friends by notifying them because I don't do Facebook Live videos. I've only ever really done one. So I imagine most of my friends went and checked it out. Like, what the hell is he doing?
That's exactly what I did.
Yeah, because
nailed it.
Like the only other time I've ever done Facebook Live, I was actually at like an event for the Pittsburgh Steelers where I got to walk onto the field before they played the game. So it was a pretty special thing for me to do Facebook Live. So I would imagine most of my friends saw like something pop up where I was doing Facebook Live, and they're like, "Oh, it's got to be something special."
Yeah, I was pretty excited.
Yeah, and then how did you feel after you started watching the video?
I was pretty certain that you were gonna be uncomfortable,
and I was, and I, and so then like, so the concert wraps up, and that's fine. But like, I don't know. It just compounded everything. Like one song he was really good. Second song he was still really good. But now I'm just feeling a little bit more awkward. And then I popped up that, I'm tagged in a Facebook Live. Finally, like it did take me about a day to untag myself in those videos.
Okay.
But because I was like, well, what's the harm in me being tagged in them? But then my uncle and all his Meemaw friends kept commenting on it, and I was like, listen, I'm done. I'm out. Like, I'm not going to get notified every time one of your Meemaw friends makes a comment like, oh, this is so sweet. He's very good at cello. Yeah, we know. You don't have to comment. So that was my Easter. And then the rest of it was pretty uneventful, but you ruined my goddamn Sunday for that.
You really did not like being tagged in that video.
I was not. No, there was on a couple different levels. I didn't like it.
It makes you uncomfortable that Big Brother's watching like that, doesn't it?
Yeah, you would think that it would be. I mean, I guess you would think that it would.
Because most people, I'm just going to go out on a limb. Most people are pretty unaware of what their current Facebook privacy settings are. Honestly, like how many of you out there can honestly say you know exactly how you've set your Facebook so that wouldn't happen to you?
Right.
What if you had been at a Klan rally?
Oh, Jesus. Could you imagine?
Okay. Sorry, that's a little far. What if you're walking by in a street, a public rally?
What if you're at a Nickelback concert?
What if you're at a Nickelback concert?
I mean, honestly.
What I'm saying, what happens if you're in a weird situation where you know someone who knows you and your face shows up in a video of theirs and all of a sudden it's on fucking Facebook and everyone's watching this video thinking, what the fuck am I watching?
Now, since you brought this up, I bet you're going to know the answer. Is it a setting that I can turn off automatic tagging in Facebook Live videos?
Yes.
God damn it. Listen, nobody else in my life actually uses Facebook Live for this bullshit, so I wouldn't have any other use for it. But
correct.
I sure as shit am going to be updating my settings after we're done recording tonight.
Yes, you are.
Yep. But
sorry, buddy.
and this as all of our listeners know, this week is upcoming is Mother's Day, and another goddamn Sunday ruined. I sound like such a petulant little child. Like
you are just a petulant little child.
I am. Although this one, I will say I'm getting my mom and my mother-in-law are both being very accommodating. My mother-in-law actually has to work on this Sunday, so we're gonna push it to Monday, which is great for me. And then my mom I said, can we just do something in the morning? That way I can have my afternoon. And she's like, yeah, sure. So, okay. This one's not going to be as bad. However, I did bring up Mother's Day for one reason, though.
Why?
And I will post, you go to pwthepodcast.com, and the pictures in which I'm about to talk about are posted on there.
Okay.
And I was looking at a Mother's Day card. So I'll let our listeners on a little secret. A bunch of years ago, I didn't really have the money for like ancillary presents, like for all these stupid little holidays, like Mother's Day, Father's Day, Flag Day, whatever you get people for, or, get people presents on. So I decided to get the most sentimental cards, and I really do mean what the cards are, but I get the most sentimental cards, so I bring everybody to tears, and everybody's so touched by that they forget that I didn't get them a present.
You are such a cheapskate. I love it.
Yeah. So I was at the store this past week grabbing a Mother's Day card because you can't wait too long, because if you wait too long then a lot of the sentimental ones get weeded out. But so I was gathering a Mother's Day card and I spotted a new section that I've never seen before. And that is Mother's Day cards from cats. Have you seen this, Bobo?
No.
I shit you not. They are cards from cats. And you open up the one card, the front of the card, you can see the picture on pwthepodcast.com. It says, from the cat, and it has a picture of a cat on it. And and inside it says, personally, I think you're the best mom in the world. And you know how picky I am. Happy Mother's Day.
I hate cat people.
Well, no, okay. That aside, that's fine. And you know what? I didn't really look around, and I should have. I fell out on this one. I should have. I'm sure there's dog ones out there as well. So I do not think this is exclusive to the cat.
I hate dog people too.
That's fine. But
if you do this, I hate you.
Here's my question: if you're a crazy cat lady, who's getting you that card? Are you buying that card for yourself? And then how pathetic
I think you buy it for a crazy cat person who you know would appreciate it.
Really?
But that's not true, because if you know someone that crazy, they probably don't have any real friends.
That's what I'm saying. But I'm just shocked at how because this is out there, it's got to be making some kind of money. So who the fuck is buying these cards? And it kind of breaks my heart if there's some lady out there that's got 30 cats and she's like, I'm going to buy this for myself.
I got 30 cards, one from each of them, and she just spends all day opening them.
Oh my God. And calls them over to help her open it with their little claws. Yeah.
It makes me cringe. That is the worst kind of cringe you just did right there.
Yes.
I have shivers on my spine thinking of some fucking 65-year-old Mima having her cats help her open the cards she bought herself and labeled them from her cat. Oh, Mittens, that was so sweet of you.
Yeah, that.
Dude, that is sad.
I know.
You think reading power moves is sad? That is sad.
That is true. Yeah, I was standing in the grocery store and I was like, oh my God. I cannot. This makes me uncomfortable and I have to talk about this because I didn't know.
Can we put that as a poll this week?
What's that?
Would you ever give a card addressed from a cat to somebody?
Sure.
I just want to know, is there any possibility that if you know someone who would appreciate that card, would you still buy it for them?
I probably would.
What?
I'm just going to throw that out there.
You know what I would do? I'd start buying for everybody just because it's funny. That's the market. It's so ridiculous that people like me who would buy them for their brother. Yeah. That's the market. That's the next level there.
I will say this week, Mandy and I are, I would say, are somewhat we're better than 50% sure. I'd say better than 80% sure that we're not having kids. Which it's
80%?
I would say it's better than 80% at this point. But this week Mandy said to me, she's like, I'm never going to get a Mother's Day card.
Oh, now is your chance.
Yes, yeah, so that's why I would buy one of these cards.
Do it now.
But have you ever? I know you and Ann are not going to have children. Have you ever?
Fuck that.
Have you ever had that thought? That was a new thought for me. I'm never going to have a Father's Day card. Well, big whoop. I don't give a shit.
I think Mother's Day and Father's Day are bullshit. So
sure, absolutely.
Okay, well that's my opinion. Listen, I would never once as it crossed my line, I won't get a Father's Day card. You know why? Because I don't even think about Father's Day, because it is not in my microcosm that I live in.
So will you do anything with your mom for Mother's Day?
I'll call her.
That's it. No dinner. No.
I doubt it. You know how hard it is to get a reservation on Mother's Day? I don't have that in me.
Dude, you're gonna take her to the Olive Garden, which is gonna be packed. So you're gonna have to call ahead.
Which is they don't do that. So I'm not gonna wait an hour to eat Olive Garden. Like I'm not doing that. Not doing it.
All right. Yeah, we can.
Maybe I'll get her some flowers. How's that? Is that helpful?
I mean, yeah.
Is that the answer you're looking for, Travis? Are you proud of me now, mother?
I mean, I'm going to spend my time, not my money. That's not true. I'm gonna buy.
The
some
problem
lunch.
is with my mother that time doesn't mean shit to her. She only cares about money. So.
So you have to do a present.
Oh yeah.
Gotcha.
She's already dropping hints. Like this weekend, we went to pick up her new fucking puppy.
Oh,
which
okay.
I'm calling it Biff. She named it Finn, but I told her that if I'm training it and I'm showing it, I'm calling it whatever I want, and I'm naming it Biff. So it's Biff. It's Biff the Griff.
Is it a Dane?
No.
Oh, okay.
It is a wire-haired pointy Griffon.
But you're gonna still try to show this dog?
Yes, I'll show it.
Okay.
Not try. I will.
Listen. I don't know your weird ways. I don't understand your weird life. I don't know. I know you hate most other breeds of dogs.
I do. I don't like it at all.
And I figure your mom getting one is enough for you just to hate that dog, no matter if you like the breed or not. So I'm surprised that you would spend your time showing your mother's dog.
And you know what? Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
No, you don't have to do any of that. Like, you can just say, I have enough dogs that I show already in my weird world.
The problem is I don't.
Jesus Christ.
There's always room for one more, Travis.
Is there?
We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Okay.
I mean, it won't be that bad. Don't worry.
Okay. Maybe
it will be. I don't know. But anyways,
I
named
do
it Biff,
nothing but worry about
funny.
you.
Biff the Griff.
Biff the Griff. That is good.
Yeah.
But
I know. I'm proud of myself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, moving on. We have a couple other topics that we want to talk about. Which one do you I want to hear about this goddamn workout that you have.
Okay. I will preface this by saying that no one's going to believe me, but I didn't pick it for the reason you think I picked it.
Okay.
So, one of my LAN buddies the other day,
and
talking on our Discord server.
Explain what LAN is.
What?
Explain what LAN. You got to understand that not everybody is immersed into your nerd culture.
Okay, I have a bunch of nerd friends that I play video games with, all right?
Uh-huh.
And a LAN is where we get together. We have a twice annual party where we all get together at my house in person and play video games together for a long weekend, like Friday, Saturday, Sunday thing.
Right.
Okay?
Okay.
So, that's what a LAN is. So, one of my video gaming LAN buddies has recently embarked on a new workout scheme. And he was saying, the other day, he's like, I'm on like day 21 of this and it's fucking working great. Someone should do this with me so we can do the buddy system, keep people accountable, all that stuff for a good workout plan. It's always better to work out with a buddy and all that stuff.
Right.
So I was like, okay. And a couple of us were like, okay, we'll bite. What is this thing? And this is when things are going to go downhill. Is the next thing he says out of his mouth is, I should warn you that it has to do with weebs.
And what are weebs?
For those of you who don't know, weebs means anime.
Okay. So it has
people that like anime are called weeaboos or weebs for short.
Okay, so this is an anime workout.
Yes.
Is it anime, like an anime workout video?
No.
Oh.
So,
that'd be funnier.
I'll preface this by saying I've never seen the show that this workout comes from. I'm not ever going to see it.
Okay.
So don't call me a goddamn weeb. But the workout is from this anime called One Punch Man. Have you ever heard of it?
Nope.
I've heard of it. It's one of the most popular animes out there.
Okay.
But in it, the workout basically is every day this guy runs 10 kilometers, does 100 push-ups, does 100 sit-ups, and 100 bodyweight squats.
Okay.
And that's the workout. That's intensity level 10. That's like the highest it goes. So if you break it down, like intensity level 1 is like you run 1 kilometer and you do 10 of everything. Intensity level 2 is you do 2 kilometers and 20 of everything.
Okay.
And you work your way up till you can do intensity level 10 every day.
Okay. And so what intensity level are you at?
So I just started it this week. I started at intensity level 5, which is I'm running 5 kilometers, 50 push-ups, 50 sit-ups, 50 bodyweight squats. I could probably do all the exercises at 100. I couldn't run 6 miles right now, probably without dying.
Okay. My question.
But I'll get there.
So you're gonna do I'm sorry. How many sit-ups and how many push-ups do you do?
I'm doing 50 right now.
And are you doing them 50 and just 1 through 50, or do you do sets of 10? How does that work?
I'm doing them with as little break as possible.
Okay. But you may need
ideally you should be able to do the exercises all in one set for everything. So you could do 100 push-ups in a row.
Right, because some guy from a cartoon said he could do it, so why couldn't a real person do it?
So the funny part is the reason it's popular now, it's been around for years. Yeah. This TV show and stuff. But some guy decided to do the workout routine and take daily log of it and post his results.
Right.
And after 3 months, it completely changed his physique. So by one guy basically videotaping the process and the results, it's now caught on like wildfire because, it turns out it fucking actually works.
I like how one guy crawls out of his mom's basement and does a couple exercises and everybody's like, yeah, this is gonna work.
It did. There was he has video and photographic evidence it fucking works.
Listen, that's cool.
Yeah.
So is this a lifestyle change, or is this a do it for 60 days and you'll be great?
No, it's a lifestyle change.
Okay.
I'm still going to the gym too. I just don't count that as part of this. I'm still lifting.
Gotcha.
That's not part of this workout. So.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, listen.
That's it. That's all I'm doing. But apparently it comes from weeb culture, so you can't really talk about it,
That's fucking crazy.
I don't really watch anime. I don't know anything about One Punch Man, but I'm doing the exercises. I don't know.
I don't really watch anime. I don't know if I think you're downplaying your level of anime in your life.
I can tell you right now, as of May, what day is we're recording this? May 7th? Yes. I have watched 0.0 minutes of anime this year.
Okay. All right.
I can tell you last year, in 2018, I watched one Studio Ghibli movie, which was about 2 hours. I watched 2 hours of anime in 2018.
Okay. All right. So you're not a huge...
I really don't people assume I watch anime because I'm a nerd. And when I was younger, I dabbled in it. I watched a little bit.
Yeah. You have more knowledge of it than the normal person.
I do, because I'm in that culture that, that watches anime. So I know more about it anecdotally.
Okay. All right.
I don't really watch anime.
Didn't our friend Jeremy talk to you about Castlevania?
Yes, which is not anime because it's made in America.
It has to be made in Japan to be called anime.
Japanese animation, anime for short, should be made in Japan.
Okay. Listen, that's fine.
I would think. But even if you count watching Castlevania, you can add the 2 hours of that. Sure.
Oh, all right.
I doubled my anime watching. 4 hours. Fuck. I'm a super weeb, dude.
Listen, you are doing a workout from Japanese animation. So
I mean, that's just going full weeb, right?
That is funny as hell. Listen.
I don't live in my basement, but I'm going to start moving down there shortly.
That is true.
And sell my old clothes. I'm off to the basement.
The funny part about it is, not too long ago, you did live in your mom's basement. So...
Oh, that's a low blow, dude. Try to keep the gloves up.
Listen, for those who don't understand that, it was because your house, I don't know, you were waiting. We were
moving. We sold our house and we had not bought our other one yet, so we were in between homes.
Right. Yeah. So you moved into your mom's basement, and
until we had to move out because my mother asked us to move out because quote she wanted to sell her house.
Who is still in that house?
No,
right?
No, she moved out, but she didn't sell it that year that we moved out.
Oh, I gotcha.
So us moving out had nothing to do with her not selling her house.
Right.
You wonder why I don't give her something on Mother's Day. It might be things like that.
I wish she would have actually given you an eviction notice. That would have been amazing.
I'll be honest. I'll talk about it. I've never been so mad at someone my whole life as when I literally said she offered us to move in her basement.
Yes.
When we said we were in between homes. Because we could have gone to Ann's parents' house, which we ended up there, by the way.
Right.
Because 3 or 4 months into living with my mother decided she wants to sell her home and move to another house. And we told her, well, we're not getting our new home until July. We can't move out till July 26th. And her answer to that was, can you move out sooner? I was like, motherfucker, you're the one who asked us to live here for the 6 months. And now you're telling us to move out. So of course, I fucking said, yeah, Mom, I'll fucking move out this weekend.
Wow. Okay.
And we fucking did.
Were you more upset with your mom there or Ann's dad at a later date? Which I believe.
Ann's dad.
Okay.
Ann's dad screwed me out of like a shitload of money.
I believe I can't remember what episode we talked about that on, but yes, in one of the past episodes we've talked about that very scenario. But yes, I do not blame you at all for holding a grudge against your mom.
I'm not a grudge. I'm over it now, but I was pretty pissed at the time.
Yeah. Oof.
And I'm more pissed because it was one of her things she did on a whim where she was like, hey, I'm going to sell my house. But guess what happened after I moved out, Travis? Oh, she didn't fucking sell the house. That's the part that made me pissed about it, is I knew it wasn't going to happen anyways, and she didn't fucking do it.
I would have sent her a text like every day. Hey, did you sell the house yet? How's the buyer or how's the seller's market now? You know,
she's just a fucking that's the part. Like, I knew she wasn't going to sell that house. She's just being a goddamn fucking meemaw about it.
She wanted you out of the house. That's what it was.
Yeah, but she did, because I did everything for her while I was there. I was mowing the lawn and all that shit that she doesn't like to do.
It doesn't make sense, but she wanted you out of the house.
Great. Now she got what she wanted. Happy Mother's Day.
Yeah, well, oh, that's great. I didn't mean to move into that direction for this podcast or for this episode, but I'm glad it did.
We spent too much time talking about Mother's Day cards, so we had to go full Mother's Day.
That's true. That is true. And the really unfortunate part is my mom has always loved me, so I don't have any good stories about her kicking me out of the house.
You know what? You're not a real person.
Oh my God. All right. What, do you want to?
Let's move on to Fat Mike real quick.
Okay. You do want to talk about that?
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right. So go ahead.
For those of you who don't know, Fat Mike is the singer of the punk rock band NOFX.
Right.
They're a pretty popular punk rock band. I would say they're probably the face of like modern punk rock.
Sure. Yeah. Yes. They are. I guess second tier famous for when it comes to punk rock. Like you got your Green Days and your Offsprings and Blink-182.
Yeah, correct. But they're more like poppy. He's true punk. Like NoFX is true punk rock.
Right. Yes.
So yes, and I'd say he's second tier famous. I mean, they've got a gold record. They've sold some records in their day. And if you know anything about actual punk rock, you know who Fat Mike and NoFX are. But one of the things about NoFX and Fat Mike is Fat Mike will pretty much say and do whatever the fuck he wants.
Right.
That's a well-known thing about him. And that's the punk rock lifestyle, is doing whatever the fuck you want, when you want, and how you want to. Fat Mike kind of embraces that.
Yep. Not kind of. Fully embraces that.
Okay, true. Fully embraces that.
Yeah.
So, we're telling this story because they had an article. He has a new album out. He has a solo album out, under his pseudonym, Cokie the Clown.
Right.
Where he dresses up, as you might guess, like a clown who's on cocaine.
Which I have yet to listen to the new album. I need to.
It is fucking dark.
Right. From what I understand, it is disturbing.
It is not funny dark. Like, you know, dark humor's funny.
Right.
Like, so Uncle Hare called me. I told him to listen to it. He listens to 3 songs, calls me up and says, Bobo, this isn't funny at all. And I said, I didn't say it was funny. I said it was dark. He said, same thing. And I said, no. It's actually fucking really disturbing dark. It's too dark to be funny. He said, yeah, I know. I'm done listening to it. It's not funny.
Bobo does, or Uncle Hare doesn't like anybody touching his feelings.
So he's promoting this record. So he's doing interviews again.
Right.
And the reason he wasn't doing interviews for a while is a couple years ago, I think it was last spring, where they were playing a bowling festival, punk rock music festival in Las Vegas. And while on stage, he made an off-color joke about the shooting in Vegas that happened a couple years ago.
Right. Which we actually talked about on this podcast.
We did. So you might want to go back. I don't know what episode that we talked about it in. But anyways, if those of you who want a quick recap of what he said was, they were on stage and he said something about how you don't get shot in Vegas unless you're in a country band. And Fat Mike said, that sucked, but at least they were country fans and not punk rock fans.
Right. Yes.
It's a dark joke. It was pretty soon after it happened. But it was a joke, obviously. Well, the fucking media ripped him apart.
Right.
Ripped him apart. He had a sponsorship with some other festival they were doing, some brewery festival that was called Punk and Jublic, which is the name of one of NOFX's records.
Yeah.
Their name was on it. They got booted from their own festival with their name on it.
Right.
Because of that.
In the United States. They did do the festival over in Europe where I guess they're not as touchy.
Correct. And they're doing it again this year without that brewing company.
Right.
They just announced that today, actually.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
So.
Fuck Stone Brewery.
But what did you want to talk about this, though, that made it interesting to you?
I was reading an article that with Fat Mike talking, like he did an interview and he was talking about this whole incident, which I find kind of fascinating because with somebody like this that has a career-long track record of saying outlandish things and offensive things, I was surprised that in this instance that they got the backlash which they did, which apparently wasn't all real, and I was also surprised that they would apologize for it. Because if you listen to the episode, and again, neither one of us have any idea what episode that was, that we talked about this, I thought it was a joke that they apologized. I thought as I read their statement, I read it as sarcastic and didn't for a second think they were actually taking it seriously.
But turns out that it was actually a serious apology, which pissed me off because again, I thought it was a joke. I mean, it's a dark joke, but it was a joke, I thought, and you're fucking NOFX. You're punk rockers. You don't apologize for telling jokes on stage.
Right. Right.
And for those of you who might say, maybe you should, this is the same man who literally filmed himself pissing into shot glasses at a venue and then serving them to the audience.
Right. Yes.
And then after they drank the shots, thinking they were just bad tasting shots, he showed the video of him pissing in your shot glass and you drinking it.
And was effectively banned from the venue.
Didn't apologize for that, but apologized for this.
Right. But anyway, so in reading this interview, it came up about that instance, or that incident, obviously enough. And the funny part about it is Fat Mike starts going into it and he's like, that's not even the most offensive thing I said that evening.
Yeah, right. Do you want to say the most offensive thing he said?
Yeah. Yes. The most offensive thing he said is, hey everyone, this is El Jefe, which is their guitarist. He's a rapist, also known as a Mexican, but people aren't scared of him because he has no upper body strength. Which even Fat Mike admits that was way worse than what he said.
That is way worse. He's a rapist, also known as a Mexican.
Right.
No one said anything about that. That didn't make headlines at all.
Yeah, I mean, but so then as he's talking about this, he said, "Oh, we're making a record. It's just going to be all of our onstage banter." And and the best part about it, he said, the title is called "If You Think Vegas Was Bad." And that's the title of the record. Which the interview asked him if that's really something he's doing, and he said yes. So I would assume that Fat Mike is putting out a record of their quote unquote comedy on stage.
I really hope he does, because I would fucking love it.
Me too. I think that would be hilarious. I'll be honest with you.
I think it'd be fucking great.
Does Fat Mike have a podcast?
I don't think so.
Boy, I mean, that podcast would be hit or miss, whether it would be funny or sad. Because I'll be honest, if you ever go back and you look at some of the stories that Fat Mike has told, especially that Kogi the Clown episode where or incident where he pissed in the tequila bottle, that whole concert was recorded, and he tells stories in between his songs, and they are dark.
So Travis, a lot of those stories he told are the songs on this record.
Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah.
strap yourselves in, kids, because you're going on an emotional roller coaster. It is, they are dark. And honestly, some of those stories that he's told kind of fucked me up for a little while. Like, so I'm not sure that I'm going to listen to the new album, but I might. But yeah, but we are missing out on a gem, because Fat Mike has experienced a lot in his life.
Right. Exactly.
And I'd like to hear about it.
I would say not right or wrong, but like funny or sad, it would be interesting.
Oh, absolutely. It'd be riveting. I mean, yeah. it would absolutely be riveting. I would totally listen to that. But
I would absolutely listen to it as well.
Yes. So
listen to Cokie the Clown if you're interested. It's fucking dark.
Yes, it is. All right.
And Travis Barker plays drums on it. It's pretty rad. All right. Let's move on to End Times.
Okay.
Another article I want to talk about, because it prompted a discussion I had with Big Red earlier today. And I want to get your thoughts on it, because I don't know if people are understanding my point of view on it.
Okay.
So the title is, a former Netflix creative director just got $1.6 million from big names in tech for liquid death, which is water in a tall boy can. So what this is, this guy, Mike Cesario,
right,
has a startup company where he's trying to sell this product called Liquid Death. And what it is it's canned water in a tall boy can, like a 16 ounce, like tall boy aluminum can, but it's just plain water.
Right. It's just plain water.
He's marketing it to extreme straight edge punk crowds that abstain from alcohol and drugs, so they can still, like, I guess, drink water out of a beer can without it being beer.
Sure. Yeah. And when you first sent this article to me, I was like, oh, this is another like flavored water. No, it's just water.
Just what? No, it's just water.
Right.
He says there's two things about it. He thinks he's marketing it to the straight edge crowd. For those of you who don't know, straight edge is a punk rock lifestyle where you don't do drugs and you don't bang other chicks other than the one you're with, and you don't smoke cigarette. Like, you don't do anything bad for your body, basically.
Oh, I didn't realize there was a sex aspect to straight edge.
It's called. It comes from the don't drink, don't smoke, don't fuck. That's the original straight edge motto.
Oh, God, I hate straight edge.
Just saying, that's the original straight edge motto. So that's the whole idea behind that movement, though. But part of it is, so if you want to be at parties, you don't drink beer, but hey, you can drink this fucking tall boy of water, I guess.
I guess, sure, why not? Listen, I mean, I'm all for it, for different reasons.
Why you're all for it? Tell me.
I'm all for it because I would like more water in cans.
Why would you like more water in cans?
Because it is because I don't like using plastic bottles. And when I'm at a gas station or whatever and want to pick up some water, some just straight up water, there is really no option other than a plastic bottle.
Correct. And I think that's part of he recognizes that by saying that's what, and also aluminum cans are better for the environment. So he also plays that aspect of it up as well.
Right. Yes. And that's why I'm excited for it. Am I going to buy a can of water at a show? Hell no. But, I applaud this. I'm also trying to figure out where his quote unquote punk rock roots come from.
He says he played in punk and heavy metal bands.
I guess not anybody that I think we've heard of, because
they would have named it if they were any bands he heard of.
Right. Because I was trying to look around for that to see where this is coming from.
Band. It was probably a local band when he was a kid.
Right.
But my problem with it is the name of it is Liquid Death.
Right.
Because his quote is, nothing's better than water at murdering your thirst.
Right. Yes.
Which is a fucking funny line.
I do love the picture, and this is on pwthepodcast.com. The picture of the case of it. Just murder your thirst is on the side.
Yes. My point with this is that I think he's really missing the mark by this branding of it. Sure. Because there's two things. A, most people that are straight edge are very proud to be straight edge. They wear it like a badge.
Right.
They're not going to try to hide that they're not drinking alcohol by drinking a tall boy of water.
Okay, sure, true.
I mean, I'm not saying like I'm being a little funny about that, being a little facetious, but they want you to know they're straight edge. They're proud to be straight edge.
Right, yeah.
They're not going to try to drink a tall boy of water to fit in. They know that they're not fitting in by not doing drugs and alcohol and that stuff. They get that. That's part of the reason, like, they want to be separate from that.
See, I didn't see this as a fitting in. I just saw this as an alternative.
But would you, if you're straight edge, would you want to drink a tall boy of water? Or would you rather just drink your fucking plastic bottle of water so everyone knows you don't drink? Because it looks like you're trying to hide you don't drink with this. I don't think they're about that.
See, I don't know. I don't think. See, I have no idea about that. That is a good question, and maybe a question for a straight edge friend of ours, which we do. We do know that Mike listens. So this may be a great opportunity, Mike, for you to call in and leave a voicemail about what your thoughts on this water is. But no,
right. Would you drink this at a party instead of drinking a water bottle or, I don't know, whatever you would drink? I don't know.
I think also, well, one aspect of it would be funny to throw these cans in throw a 6-pack in a fridge and see somebody's reaction when they open it up and it's actually just water. Like somebody who's drinking it and they're like, oh, I'm going to drink one of these. It's liquid death. And they throw it back and they're like, what the fuck? It's just water.
And you're like, you mean Natty Light? No, actual water.
Hey, fuck you. Natty Light's good. But
now, my other part of this I think is missing the mark is the name and the branding. Because let me be honest, you might get straight edge punk rock kids to drink liquid water. You know who's not drinking it? Everybody else.
Ooh, I don't know if I agree with that one.
Okay, well, I couldn't take this to work and drink liquid water.
No, you couldn't. But anybody who's ever bought an Ed Hardy shirt can take this to work.
Okay, but a lot of them that do that don't wear their Ed Hardy shirts to work.
I'm just saying, this seems like marketing that somebody that Ed Hardy worked on, this would work for them.
No. I'm not saying you wouldn't drink at other places, but you can't. Listen, if you're trying to hit the crowd that's like into like being environmentally conscious and stuff like that, like an older crowd that might be thinking about that, moms and stuff, right. They're probably not drinking this because of the name and the artwork.
See, now there again, I gotta disagree with you because
you think your parents would drink this.
I do not think my parents would drink this, but this is not geared for them. However, I think if this water starts taking off, it's in every goddamn tech company in San Francisco. I think every tech.
Oh, that crowd I agree with. I'm not arguing that
right.
at all.
And
I'm just saying you couldn't have it like in a traditional place of business.
Yeah.
Like if my employees were drinking this, I'd be like, knock it off. I'm serious.
Really?
Oh, yeah. It's liquid death. You can't have that name on a fucking bottle. It looks like beer in an office.
Yeah, I guess.
The connotation is too strong that like someone that might misinterpret what you're doing think you're drinking at work.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I just, but okay, let me ask you this question. Does anybody at work drink like a Rockstar energy drink?
See, now that's an interesting point because it's not named Liquid Death. So the name is more acceptable.
The name is more acceptable, but this is exactly what this reminds me of. This reminds me of a Rockstar.
No, it does. And it kind of looks like a Rockstar. That my problem is the name is Liquid Death. If it was something else, I think it would be okay.
Yeah, but I like...
Liquid Death sounds like poison, which sounds like alcohol, which is poison.
I get it, but like...
Unlike Rockstar, which actually is poison, probably.
I mean, how often do you walk by your employee's desk and look at what they're fucking drinking?
Every day.
You check out what they're drinking?
You think your managers don't walk by your desk and look at like what your desk looks like and stuff?
I guarantee you they don't. And you've got way too much time if you are.
Oh, like, every manager I've ever known they keep track of their employees. That's their job.
Yeah,
the last thing I want is somebody else to walk by that desk, think they're drinking at work, and report them.
Yeah, see, I guess I don't know. I think if you're working in an office setting, you're really gonna bring a beer to your desk. Like, you're really going to, like, just sit there and drink a Four Loko at your fucking desk?
I don't think you would. My point is you don't want to give the interpretation to unassuming bystander that you would.
Then that unassuming bystander is a fucking moron.
Sure, like, but that's the life we live.
And that's okay. That person can be an idiot, and when they raise the question, they can look stupid. when somebody says, "Do you really think that I would bring an alcoholic beverage to work?" Because,
well, you know what? I guess we'll find out, because if this takes off, we'll see what happens.
Well, and also, I don't think this is also going to be more marketed towards to that crowd. This is for...
No, but it could be, is my point. I think they're missing that boat. I think there's a huge market for it. I think aluminum water and aluminum cans is a great idea.
Well, I mean, listen, I'm sure they're going to have other versions of liquid water.
I would love to steal this idea and just call it something more palatable to everybody.
Sure, that's fine. But this is going to... the market you're talking about is a minuscule size of the market as compared to all the other people out there that this works for.
I would disagree with that.
This works for the energy drink market.
You think people that drink energy drinks are going to drink water?
If they want,
that's my biggest question.
That is a good question. But if there's somebody who doesn't, but I think this works for the blue collar man, for lack of a better term.
Okay, I don't argue that. I think it's much more palatable there.
Right.
But I wonder if it's actually going to fit in with straight edge kids, the actual market for it in the first place. Are they going to drink this? If you are straight edge or know someone that is and wants to weigh in on it, the number is 747 banging.
747-226-4464. That was pretty good.
Call in and let us know.
Yeah. Because I don't disagree with you on that one.
Fuck things up.
You okay there, buddy?
No, I'm not. Hang on a second.
Did you just fall over?
Did I just fall over?
Yeah, what the fuck happened?
I may have knocked the phone off my desk. And my mic may have came out. But that's okay. It's just a little hiccup. Don't worry about it. These things happen all the time on PW the Podcast.
Way to be professional.
Way to be professional. Listen, so it's PW the Podcast. It is Prestige Worldwide the Podcast on all of these places you can find a podcast to listen to, Spotify, iTunes, all that bullshit. But we want to talk about our social media stuff, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. It's PW the Podcast. Please like our photos. Check out, we can leave comments, say what you want, but please just come and be engaged with us. We would appreciate it.
Come join the community.
We are most active, I think, on Facebook and Instagram, but we have a Twitter also. Any place that you approach us, we respond. We like to get comments. We like to get interaction with listeners. We enjoy comments. We enjoy the Facebook likes, all that stuff. So. Right. And we're looking for more of them. That's where you come in.
That is true. And we do have people out there like, last week, Chris Wright, which is, I believe, a new listener for us. He liked one of our pictures. We do appreciate it. We'll shout him out whenever that happens.
Perfect. And I know we get many more listeners than interactions because I look at our Spotify and our SoundCloud plays and stuff every week that we track it, and we're tracking well over 1,000 listeners a week at this point.
Right.
But we need more interaction from those listeners. Again, that's where you come in.
Right. We just want to interact with you. That's all.
We just want to talk, man.
Just baby. That's all.
So that's all. I just want to get that out there. Again, join the Fantasy Movie League, fantasymovieleague.com. Prestige Worldwide, the podcast, is the league, and the password is Travis Bobo. If we double the users in the league, we're going to get a trophy. A big fucking trophy.
That's true.
It's the biggest trophy you've ever seen.
Well, let's think about shipping costs. So,
I got it covered, buddy. Don't worry about it.
All right. Listen, biggest trophy you've ever seen, apparently.
Biggest fucking trophy you ever fucking seen. I'm talking Lord Stanley's Fantasy Movie League trophy.
Should it be homemade? That's the question.
No.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Oh, God.
It should be professional.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're talking professional grade.
All right. That's fine.
Did Lord Stanley make his own trophy? Did he hire somebody?
I don't know the answer to that question.
I don't either. Well, let's find out. If you know the answer, call in and let us know.
Wait, okay. I know we're running long, and I'm sorry, but I was just trying to wrap up some business, and I looked up a picture which is on pwthepodcast.com right now for this workout that you're using.
Yes.
And it says, now this is from 9gang, but
no, stop.
But it says 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 squats, 10K running every single day, and never use air conditioner. Why is that?
Yeah, that's not the part I prescribe to.
Anyways, we thank you for listening. Do you have anything else, Bobo?
That's all I got.
See you next Thursday.